Yo, what is up everybody? It's Uzi. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going off the grid, like way off the grid. We're talking about those towns on the map that make you zoom in and say, wait, people actually live there? We're diving headfirst into America's most secluded towns. Places where the mailman probably takes a wrong turn and ends up in the next time zone. Buckle up because we're about to get remote. First up, we're headed deep. I'm talking Grand Canyon deep to Supai, Arizona. This place is so remote, so cut off from the world, that the only way in or out is by foot, mule, or helicopter. Forget Amazon Prime, here your packages arrive by donkey. Supai is home to the Havasupai tribe, and they've chosen to preserve their traditional way of life, living in harmony with the stunning natural beauty that surrounds them. Imagine a place with no cars, no traffic lights, just towering red rock canyons, and the sound of rushing waterfalls. It's a hiker's paradise, but it's not for the faint of heart. We're talking miles of rugged trails, steep switchbacks, and breathtaking views that'll make you question if you're still on planet Earth. But the real beauty of Supai lies in its people. The Havasupai have been caretakers of this land for centuries, and their connection to it is palpable. It's a humbling experience, to say the least, to witness their way of life and to be welcomed into their home. Next up, we're heading north, way north to Barrow, Alaska, or as the locals call it, Utqiagvik. This is about as far as you can go in the US without falling off the map. We're talking 320 miles north of the Arctic Circle, where the sun takes a vacation for 2 months out of the year. That's right, 2 whole months of darkness. But then again, in the summer, the sun doesn't set for 2 months either. Talk about confusing for your sleep schedule. Getting to Barrow is an adventure in itself. Forget road trips, you're looking at a plane or a very, very long boat ride. But once you're there, you're rewarded with a landscape unlike anything you've ever seen. Think vast, icy tundra, polar bears roaming free, and the northern lights dancing across the sky. The people of Barrow, mostly Inupiat Eskimos, have adapted to this harsh environment for centuries. They're experts in survival, relying on hunting and fishing for their livelihood. Life here is different, it's challenging, but it's also incredibly rich in culture and tradition. Hold on to your passports because we're about to cross an international border. Kind of. Say hello to Hyder, Alaska, the town that's technically in the US but only accessible through Canada. You heard that right, the only road in and out of this quirky little town crosses the border. It's like the neighbor who always borrows your lawnmower, but in this case it's the entire town borrowing Canada's driveway. Hyder is small, like really small. We're talking less than 100 people small. They don't even have a post office, which means you have to drive to, you guessed it, Canada to mail a letter. But what Hyder lacks in size, it makes up for in character. This is a town where you can literally walk from the US to Canada and back again without breaking a sweat. It's a place where the locals are as friendly as the bears are. Well, maybe not that friendly, but you get the idea. Alright folks, we're heading back to the contiguous US, but we're still sticking to the northernmost point. This time it's Angle Inlet, Minnesota, a town that's so close to Canada, you can practically throw a snowball across the border. And guess what? The only way to drive there is through Canada. It's like the US accidentally left a town in Canada's back pocket. Angle Inlet is a haven for fishing enthusiasts. We're talking world-class walleye and northern pike fishing. But be warned, the winters here are brutal. We're talking temperatures that can dip to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than your ex's heart after you forgot their birthday. But despite the isolation and the bone-chilling winters, the people of Angle Inlet wouldn't have it any other way. They're a resilient bunch, bound together by their love of the outdoors and their unique way of life. Hold on to your hats because we're headed to the Wild West, to Jarbidge, Nevada, a town that's as rugged and unforgiving as the landscape that surrounds it. This is a place where the dirt roads are more like suggestions, and the nearest grocery store is a 4-hour drive away. Jarbidge is a town that time forgot, or maybe just never got around to visiting. It's a place where the saloons still outnumber the stoplights, and the locals are more likely to greet you with a howdy than a hello. But don't let the rough around the edges exterior fool you. Beneath the surface lies a heart of gold. The people of Jarbidge are as tough as the terrain they call home. They're independent, resourceful, and always willing to lend a helping hand to a neighbor in need. It's a place where life is simple, the air is clean, and the stars at night are so bright you'd swear you could reach out and touch them. Next up, we're venturing into the heart of the Great Basin Desert, to Ibapa, Utah, a town that's as far from a bustling metropolis as you can get. This is a place where the silence is broken only by the howling wind and the occasional coyote's call. Ibapa is a town of ranchers, farmers, and folks who just want to be left alone. It's a place where the pace of life is slow, the sunsets are epic, and the stars at night are so numerous, they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about astronomy. But don't let the remoteness fool you. Ibapa is a town with a rich history and a strong sense of community. The people here are as down to earth as they come, and they're always willing to share a story or two over a cup of coffee. We're heading back to the last frontier, to Adak, Alaska, a town that's as remote as it is intriguing. Located on Adak Island, part of the Aleutian chain, this former military base is now home to a small but resilient community. But getting there? Let's just say it's not your average weekend getaway. Think unpredictable weather, limited flights, and a whole lot of ocean between you and civilization. Adak is a place of stark beauty, with volcanic landscapes, windswept beaches, and more bald eagles than you can shake a stick at. But it's also a place with a complex history, marked by its time as a strategic military outpost during World War II and the Cold War. Today, Adak is a town in transition, trying to find its footing in a world that's moved on from its Cold War past. But one thing's for sure, the people here are survivors, bound together by their love of the island and their determination to make it their own. Get ready to sweat, because we're headed to the heart of the Mojave Desert, to Trona, California, a town that's as hot as it is isolated. This is a place where the sun beats down relentlessly, the wind whips up dust devils like it's nobody's business, and the nearest Starbucks is a distant mirage. Trona is a town built on industry, specifically the extraction of minerals from the surrounding desert. It's not the most glamorous of occupations, but it's what sustains this community in one of the harshest environments in the US. Life here isn't easy, but the people of Trona are a resilient bunch, accustomed to making the most of what they have. But Trona isn't just about dust and desolation. It's also a place of unexpected beauty, with otherworldly landscapes, stargazing opportunities that'll blow your mind, and a certain stark charm that grows on you. Pack your yoga mat and your crystals, because we're headed to Crestone, Colorado, a town that's as spiritual as it is secluded. Nestled at the foot of the majestic Sangre de Cristo Mountains, Crestone is a magnet for seekers, artists, and anyone looking to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. Crestone is a place where you're more likely to encounter a Buddhist monk than a traffic jam. It's a town where people come to connect with nature, explore their spirituality, and maybe even catch a glimpse of a UFO or two. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. But Crestone isn't all meditation and mountaintop revelations. It's also a town with a strong sense of community, a thriving arts scene, and a laid-back vibe that's infectious. Last but not least, we're headed to the Lone Star State, to Mentone, Texas, a town that's so small it makes Mayberry look like a bustling metropolis. With a population that hovers around 20, Mentone holds the title of the least populated county seat in the entire US. That's right, this tiny town is the big kahuna of its county, despite being smaller than your average high school graduating class. Located in the vast, unforgiving expanse of West Texas, Mentone is a place where the wind blows free, the stars shine bright, and the nearest neighbor is probably a few miles down a dirt road. Life here is simple, quiet, and about as far from the rat race as you can get. But don't let the size fool you, Mentone has a big heart. The people here are as friendly as they come, and they're always willing to welcome visitors with open arms. And there you have it, folks, a glimpse into some of the most secluded, most unique towns in America. Places where life is different, where the pace is slower, and where the sense of community is stronger than ever. So next time you're feeling lost in the crowd, remember these towns, these pockets of individuality, and let them inspire you to forge your own path. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating content. Let us know in the comments which secluded town you'd like to visit. See you next time.